welcome or welcome back to Crafts by KMW. I'm Karen. Thank you so much for clicking on this video to watch it. I am truly appreciative and so glad you're here, and I hope you're enjoying the channel, and I hope you will enjoy this video. So this is another haul video for you. It's part Halloween, and then I did get some crafting items as well. So hopefully there's a little something for everybody in this video. Let me know in the comments if you find something that you like that you would like to purchase from this video, or if you have any of these items, let me know what you think of them. Some of the items I am super excited about, and I would love to know if you like them or if you have them and what you think of them. So grab a snack, grab a drink, relax, and let's look at the haul. So I got 2 items from Cracker Barrel. I'm not a big Cracker Barrel shopper. I did buy a few things from them last year. I got this really cool haunted house. But this year, their haunted house is not really my style, and it's $20 more expensive than the one I bought last year. I think the one I bought last year was $60, and I'm pretty sure the one this year is $80. I might be wrong, it might be $69.99, but I'm almost positive it's $79.99. And it is kind of cool. The windows and the door open to reveal eyes and this creepy face with big teeth, and it laughs. That's just not my style, so I'm not interested in it. And there's actually a lot of things that, you know, I wouldn't spend the money for them because I'm just not all that intrigued. But I do like some of their smaller items. I'm actually looking for ornaments and things that you could put on a tree, and that was primarily why I went there and why I've been checking out Cracker Barrel like maybe once every 2 weeks. Mine is a little behind the 8 ball. They hardly have anything out. In June they had one corner filled with stuff, and then now they have like 2 of their shelving stands or rotundas or whatever you call them. So there's really not that much. And I think it's partially because of where I'm located. I'm in New York State, and here we do not have summer for that long. So most people, not me, I'm into fall and Halloween now, but many people are like, it is just summer. We are in the middle of summer. Our summers are very short. It's gonna start getting cold really soon. We could have a snowstorm any day after September 1st. So why are we thinking about fall and Halloween now? And I think the stores up here react to that, and they keep from putting Halloween and fall out when many other stores around the country are. So my Cracker Barrel is just really behind, so they don't have that much stuff. But I just thought I would check and see if they had any more of the ghost cat ornaments. I love the ghost cat, and I did buy 2 ornaments. I haven't seen them since that day I was there, and I probably won't see them again, but if I pass by it, I'll just check and see. I did find 2 things that I did like. So the first is this cute little vintage vampire cat. So I would say this is about maybe 5.5 inches wide by 5 inches tall. It is ceramic. Here's the back. It's not made by any particular vendor. It just says made exclusively for Cracker Barrel. So it must be their own manufacturing line. And I just thought this was so cute. I love how vintage it is. He doesn't look like too super scary. I hate cats that look really creepy and mean, like they're gonna bite your face off. I don't like that very much, but I think this guy is adorable. I have a plate collection. I have always collected plates. My mom collected plates to display. My grandma collected plates to display. And when they passed away, I was able to get a lot of their plates. So I have plates on display all over my house. And so This little guy is gonna fit in perfectly, and I can keep him up all year because I have a black cat. If you're new here, I have a black cat named Finn. He may show himself in this video, I don't know, he usually does, but I'm oriented differently, so he might not. So I just love that little plate, and it was $4, which I thought was a pretty good price, especially for Cracker Barrel. And then, oop, the plate just slid. Sorry about that noise. And then the other thing I bought was Mr. Skelly. So he was sitting in their little Christmas tree that they had that showcased all of the ornaments that they have left, which was not many. And I just saw him in the tree and I was like, yeah, I want him for my spooky Christmas tree. I bought a spooky Christmas tree for the first time this year. I bought it from Target. It's just a 4-foot one, but I think he will be perfect in there. And he'll give a little spooky vintage flair to my tree. So this guy was $8, which I thought wasn't bad. I would guess he's about 15 inches tall or so. Pretty much everything on him is movable, so you can pose him in many different ways. And I think he'll just be great just sitting in the tree or as a tree topper. I was kind of thinking he might be cool to sort of have him kind of hugging the top of the tree. My tree, I think, has a branch that's sticking out the top that you could put a topper on, and he might be cool kind of wrapped around it and kind of fearing for his life or his death. So I'm definitely going to use him in the tree, and I'll see how he looks best. So I really like that he's very vintage, so you can see that he is not white. He's got brown parts on him, so he's antiqued and vintagey. I just love that. I don't really care for the stark white skeletons. They just look so fake to me. So this guy was perfect. So then the next items I'll show you are from Target. So I bought the Christmas tree from Target, and it's a black tree. It's a national Christmas tree. It has orange lights, and I think it was about $70-something. It was on sale, and then I also got an additional 5% off from using my Target charge. So I also wanted to look for ornaments because I'm using some of the ornaments that I used last year on my black branch trees or my twig trees, whatever you want to call them. The typical Halloween trees with just the branches. So I'm going to use those on the tree because they're kind of big, and they were actually too big for those twig trees. And then I wanted to buy some of the smaller baubles, like the 1.5-inch ones. So I looked on Target and I found a couple sets that I like, and then I also bought a couple art supplies. So I'll show you those first. Not that exciting, but just in case you need any of this stuff, you can see what it is. So I bought some black cardstock for use in my Cricut, and this is from American Crafts. It's 12 by 12. It is 216 GSM, 80-pound cardstock. There's 60 sheets. And a couple things I really liked about it, that it is textured. I really like that texture. I think it adds something. And then it is fully black through and through. Have you ever bought cardstock that you went to rip it or something and then you see a white core? I hate that. That I just think is just so cheap, and they shouldn't do it. If it's gonna be black cardstock or red or whatever, it should be that color all the way through it. So that is one thing that I like about this. American Crafts is a great company. They sell really high quality items. They do all different items, from tools to stickers to albums to paper. They do all kinds of stuff, and so I trust their quality. This was quite pricey This was almost $26. It was like $25.62, something like that, without the 5%. So it was kind of expensive, but I will definitely use it, and I think it will work for what I want it to work for. And when I use it up, I'll just buy some more. I would say that Target is not the best place to buy cardstock. They have a lot of options, but not a lot of heavyweight options. So if you are using a cutting machine to cut paper that makes something, like I have files that you cut out and it makes a curiosity cabinet, a little display cabinet. That paper, the 80 pound, is not strong enough for it. You really need at least 90 pound. So it was really hard to find anything heavier than 80 pound at Target. So next time I will definitely look at Michael's or Amazon or something like that. And then the other art supply I got was I got 2 sets of the Cricut cutting mats. If you have a cutting machine, I have a Cricut Explore Air, and you can use any cutting mats that you want. They do not have to be the brand from your cutter, like if you have a Brother Cut and Scan or whatever kind you have. It just has to be the right size. So I had bought for my Cricut a pack of mats. It had one of each, the light stickiness, the heavy stickiness, and the medium stickiness. And they're not all that great. The stickiness has worn out really fast. I've had to throw out one of them already. It was letting the paper go and it was getting all caught up in my machine. So I decided to see if I could give the Cricut mats a try. They're probably better quality, but they're kind of expensive. A 2-pack can cost $10 or more, and I just won't pay that. It's ridiculous. These don't last a really long time. You do get rid of them after a while, and I'm just not going to pay a lot of money for them. But luckily, Target had a sale at the time. So each 2-pack of the medium stickiness, these are the green ones, were under $4. So I was like, ah! So I got 2 packs. And now I'm set for a while. I don't use my Cricut all that much, like definitely not every day. If I use it once a week or really once a month during the school year when I'm working, it's a lot. So I will be okay with 2 packs, but I don't think that the sale is still on, but just in case you need the cutting mats, keep an eye out on Target because they obviously do some really good sales. I think they had other Cricut products as well on sale, which I didn't look at, but it seems like they have some really good sales for Cricut items. And then I bought a set of ornaments. So before I show you these, I just gotta say that I was really shocked at Target. Like, I have always thought that Target was a really high value store, that you get good value for your money. They have things that are less expensive than at other places. And I trust Target. But when I was looking at ornaments, like for ornament sets, I could not believe how expensive they were. They have ornament sets for over $400. In order for me to spend $400 on an ornament set, it needs to cook and clean, wake me up, dress me, wash me, wipe my butt, and tell me how great I am every day of the year. Like, it's just, that is just insane. I can't even imagine what an ornament is that is worth $400 or a set of ornaments. Like, to me, that is just ridiculous. And I was really shocked that I had a hard time finding sets of ornaments that I was willing to pay for. So this is the first one. I needed some little guys. These are 1.5 inch. So I found these, and I think there's, let's see, 30 in here, or is it 25? 25. So there's 25 ornaments. They actually came really cute. I love the little bow. And you have purple, gold, green, and black, and there's different finishes. So some of them are matte and some of them are the shiny. So these will be perfect for my little branch trees, my twig trees. So I think I paid, these were kind of expensive. I'm trying to remember, and I forgot to look it up before I started making this video. I'll look it up and I'll put the price on the bottom when I'm editing. I think these were anywhere between $11 and $15. I really can't remember much more than that. And actually that's not too bad for a set of 25. But I tell ya, I had to look through a lot of sets to find this one at a price that I would actually pay. And then the last item I got from Target was another set of ornaments. So this one I wanted to be the large ornaments for my regular size spooky tree. And I found this set. So these are from Ornamentally You. So these were sold by a separate vendor. I don't think you will find these in the store. And I'm sorry about the glare. So these are all black and white. So on the top you have the little ones. So these are black and white, and it looks like they're different shines or surfaces as well. It looks like some are shiny, some are matte. I think there might be some glitter ones in there. I don't know exactly. And then you have the larger ornaments. So trying to avoid the glare. So here are some baubles. This one has a skull and crossbones. Here's a black and white one. This one's white with a bat. I love the two skulls. This was what really drew me to this set. They have some bats down here, and I believe there's witches' shoes in here, but they're kind of hard to see. And then more of the baubles on this side. I'm not exactly sure how many ornaments are here. It doesn't say on the box. I'm thinking 36. I would say 36 to like 40 would be the max. I'm just not sure how many of the little ones there are. But this one was a decent price. Again, I think these were anywhere from $12 to $18. I'll put the price below when I edit because I can't remember. But this was a really great value, and I'm really excited about these. These will look awesome on the black spooky tree. So that's what I bought from Target. So now I'm going to show you what I got from HomeGoods. So these items are from 4 different trips to HomeGoods. And I've been checking HomeGoods quite frequently. In fact, the last couple days I've been there every day because I'm looking for Joanna Parker things. If you are not familiar with Joanna Parker, she has these characters and they're just so cute. She has a black cat, she does a ghost, she does a pumpkin, and she just has this really fun, whimsical style. Her items are very vintage, and her designs are put on everything. Towels, ceramics, ornaments, cookie jars, you name it. And her stuff is very much in demand and very pricey. If you look on Amazon, stuff is like at least $50. Last year I bought a pair of the Jack the Cat salt and pepper shakers from Amazon. They were $50. I really wanted them, so I was willing to pay that price, but it was crazy. And HomeGoods is selling Joanna Parker stuff. They have for years. I myself have never seen a Joanna Parker before this season in the wild at Home Goods. I see plenty of YouTubers walk into their Home Goods and there's all this Joanna Parker stuff. I don't know why it's not in my store. I'm wondering if maybe my store isn't getting a lot of them, or if the workers are like, ooh, let's not put that out. I want that, because I certainly would do that. I don't know. So I've just been looking to see if I can find something. So every time I've gone in there, I've found some cool stuff, because they don't have everything out yet, and they are slowly putting more and more out day by day, week by week. So I don't have these in any particular order as far as when I bought them. I'm just going to show you what I got. So, and there are a couple art supplies in here as well. So the first thing is this little container of these felt ghosty bowl fillers. So these are by Goblin and Ghoul. So you get 12 of them, and these were $12.99. I kind of thought it was a little expensive. Basically, they're $1 a piece, but I have a couple ideas of where I can put them, so I went ahead and got them. So I'll take one out. So here is what one looks like. So they're felt. They're not super soft. It is more of like a wool feeling felt, but they're quite plump. So as you can see, they're definitely filled well. They're sewn well. They seem to be made really well. The faces are adorable. I would say these are about 2 to 2.5 inches tall. So I think these will be adorable in a bowl. I can't remember if they had other things. I know they have other bowl fillers, but I didn't see another one that was like by this designer or anything that was close to it. But I know that Home Goods does have some other bowl fillers there. And then just to show you, this is not exciting and this is not a decor or an art item. I did grab one of their sets of the reusable bags. So this has 6 bags in here. They are color coded. So each bag has its own zipper color on the top. These were $5 and I just thought I would try them. They're great for, you know, snacks, for like a sandwich if you take it to work or whatever. They are freezer and refrigerator safe. So I've been kind of wanting to see how I like them. So I thought I would try them out. If you have used these, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think of them. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I figure if I don't like them, I can just get rid of them because it was only $5. So it's not that big of a loss. So let me show you the art supplies. So the first art supply I got was this set of King Art pearlescent watercolors. So I'm really getting into watercolor more and more now. I love them for backgrounds, and I've actually been using them on other things in my coloring books as well. So this set was $4.99, so I thought that was a great price. These are by King Art, and King Art is a decent, I would say, medium quality art seller, art distributor, and their prices are really good. So if you're looking for supplies that work but aren't too expensive, King Art is a really good brand to look to, and they have lots of different stuff. I own a set of their gel crayons as well, and I love the gel crayons. I just hate the colors I bought. I bought the metallic set, and I only like 3 or 4 colors out of there. Some of the other ones are just, I just don't like them. So other than that, they're really great, and I definitely would buy more sets of those in regular colors and not the metallic sets. So let me just take this out of the box so you can see it a little better. So you get 21. I will say, honestly, the pans are not that deep. Like, this is basically it. You don't get a lot of the color. These are not gonna last years, especially if you use them a lot. And I'm okay with that. I just use them. A lot of the colors disappear. I have other sets of these, not from King Art, but from other brands that are very similar. And when I run out of a color, I run out of a color. So don't expect to get a whole lot of this. There's not a lot of each color, but the colors are really pretty, and I did use them. So I'm gonna try to show you what I use them on. So I am feverishly coloring for my completed pages for July video, and this was one of the pages I finished. This is in Wildlife Wonders by Millie Murata. So I use the watercolors on the flowers and the leaves. Some of them have a little bit of pencil on top too, but mostly they are paint. And the colors are lovely. I love those light shades of pink, the darker shades of pink. The yellowish color is actually the gold in there, and it's beautiful. They have a really nice sheen. They go on really well. They're nice and smooth. They don't leave any brush marks. I think typically watercolors don't leave brush marks, but these really don't. And they're just really nice to work with. You don't need a lot of water to get them going. So they're really nice. And then this page, this is from The Best of Beauty of Horror by Alan Robert. So I used the onyx color, the black, on the background. So you can see how shiny it is. It's not glittery, it just has a sheen. And it's so smooth. I didn't have to put a lot of layers on. In places where I wanted it to be a little darker or a little more opaque, I did add another layer, but they were wonderful watercolors to work with. So I highly recommend these if maybe you just don't want to spend a ton of money, or you are just trying watercolors and just want to see. This is a great little set for $5. I don't know if they had other colorways, like if they have, you know, not pearlescent or metallic or pastel. I didn't see any other sets, so I don't know. This was the only set I saw. It's kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes you'll go to Home Goods, Home Sense, and TJ Maxx, and you'll see a lot of the art supplies, and then other times you don't see a lot. Maybe they're waiting to restock or whatever. So if you're interested in these, just check back and you'll probably find them at some point, because I think they are a staple at the TJ Maxx stores. So the other art supply, Finn just ran through. I'm sorry, I didn't expect it. So the other art supply I bought is this set of Artist Concepts markers. So these are the tall, thin markers. They're pastel colors. They are dual tip. They have a brush tip on one end, and it's clearly marked, which I really like. And then they have the, if I can get this cap off, they have a really thin tip, sorry. They have a really thin tip on the other side. So let me show you the colors. So these were $12.99, which I felt was a little high. I'm not familiar with this company. I have never heard of their art supplies before. I kind of, you know, gave it a shot, and I really wished I could have paid less than $13 to give it a shot. But they are, I thought the colors were kind of nice. You also get a black. I like the container it comes in. It's nice and sturdy. It has a rope to carry. It does have a top, but I think Finn got a hold of it and played with it, and it might be under a piece of furniture now somewhere, so I don't have it. But the top is like a cap, and it has a clear opening so you can see the colors inside. Now, I did swatch these, and I forgot to bring the swatch sheet over. So give me a second. I'm going to grab the swatch sheet so I can show you. Okay, and I turned a light on behind me because it is starting to get dark out, and I'm feverishly trying to finish this video so I can work on it and hopefully get it out tomorrow. So I just turned a light on behind me so it was a little lighter. I could see it was getting darker and darker. So here's the swatch sheet, and the markers are not labeled with a number or color, so I did it myself. So I just wrote a number on each one with a black permanent marker, and then I put a piece of clear tape around it to seal it and make sure that it stays there. So I just number these that way. Now that once I saw the colors on the paper, I was less impressed. I only like one of the purples. These other two are not very attractive at all. I don't even know what that one is. I can't tell if it's a blue or a purple. It's just not a great color. There's some decent pinks. I think they're a little dark. But here are some lighter ones. The greens are okay. They have some decent blues. Again, I think they're a little darker than I would like. They do have some oranges. They have yellows. There's a lot of orange and yellow. And then they have a few beiges. And what you will notice is that there's a number 36 here and there's no color. I am missing a marker. So I only got 35. I had already written the numbers on them and put the tape on, so I could not return them even if I wanted to. So I just decided to leave it. It's only one marker. They're like 50 cents a piece. So I decided that it just wasn't worth it to complain or anything. So I do like some of the colors, but a lot of them I don't. I did try them out, and they are pretty normal, like regular water-based markers. They're streaky unless you use a couple of layers, but they do go on really nicely. The brush nib is really nice. It's flexible, and they are very juicy. I was really surprised at how juicy it is. Now, I don't know how long it's gonna last, how juicy it's gonna be. You know, they're only so big, but I think they'll be okay for my use, but all right, come on, big guy. Oh. They'll be okay for me, and I will definitely use them to base things, but I can't recommend these. I think they're way overpriced. I think some of the colors are garbage. I don't like that they're not numbered or have names or anything. So when you balance the negatives against a few of the positives, some of the colors are decent. It has a nice brush nib and they're juicy, at least for now. I don't know. I definitely would not recommend these. If you've tried these and you love them, let me know. Maybe you're seeing something that I'm not seeing, and that is totally possible. Maybe as I use them more, I'll like them better, but right now I'm kind of So, and I want to give you honest opinions. I'm not going to tell you I love something if I really don't, because I would hate for someone to buy something that I show or recommend and be like, that was really awful. Why are you recommending it? So I try to be as honest as possible. So another item I got was this really cute stack of jack-o'-lanterns from Martha Stewart. There's a ton of these this year. I think this is a trend, like stacks of 3 things, and some are really big, some are small. I've seen stacks of ghosts, I've seen stacks of monsters, I've seen stacks of jack-o'-lanterns, stacks of bats. So this is really popular, and I just really like this one. Martha Stewart has a lot of these. She's got some in colors. I know she has some white ones, but I just really like the black. I felt like that was more classic Halloween. And these are really nice. They are definitely ceramic. I don't think they're resin. They could be, but I think they're ceramic. They're pretty thick. It's not super heavy at all, but it's definitely well made and a substantial piece. It does light up, so let me show you how it looks lit. And it already does come with a battery. And so there they are lit. The only thing I don't like is that the light doesn't really reach the top too well. So really only the bottom 2 pumpkins are lit, but it's still super cute. It's Martha Stewart, and this was $15. So I thought that was a pretty decent price. And I think this will be really cute wherever I put it and go well with my decor. So the next thing I got, I did not anticipate buying it all, but when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I like this. So I got this travel mug. So I saw this sitting on an end cap, like all by itself, and I was like, oh, I love that pattern. So let me show you the print. So it says trick or treat, and then it is white, although it's not, it's sort of like a vintage white, an antique white. And then it has all these super cool vintage Halloween motifs. I love skeleton guy with the top hat. I love the crow and the pumpkin. The only thing it's missing is a black cat, which I thought that was kind of interesting. It does not have a black cat. But this was $14.99. I can't see what company it's made by because the price label is stuck on it. So I do not know how many ounces this is, but I'm guessing it's like 30 to 32. I have a 55-ounce Stanley jug thing, and when I filled this up, it was more than half empty. So I'm thinking it's about 30 to 32. So it's a pretty good size cup. It is metal inside, so it does keep your things cold, and I've been using it for the last couple days, and I still have ice at the end of the day that I put in there in the morning. So it works really well. The lid has the rubber like stopper to it, so it stays on pretty well. Mine seems to be out of place. All right, there we go. So it does stay on pretty good, and if you tip it over, it won't immediately have everything dripping out all over on you. And then the top has this stopper that you push to open and close it. So if you don't want to use the straw, you can close it that way. And I really like that. I think it's better than the one that's just flat. Sometimes I have trouble opening and closing those. And then it has a nice long straw. It is black. The straw is plastic, but it's very hard. It doesn't really bend. And then it has a really cute little straw charm on it. And you could definitely get others and put more on there. The straw has like a little thing on the bottom that keeps it from coming out. So if you want to take the straw and wash it, you do have to finagle it a little bit. I did do it the other day. It is possible, but it does take a little gerrymandering to get it out. And I guess that's a good thing. You can't lose your straw. Like if you drop the cup, it's not gonna fly out anywhere on you. So this is a really nice cup. I love it. It's really, it keeps things cold really well, and the pattern is just gorgeous. One thing that TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Home Sets do well is they have a lot of travel mugs. I saw one today that was black with all these white bats over it. That was stinking cute. There's a lot. So if you're looking for travel mugs, it's a good place to go, and they're all about anywhere from like $14 to $16, $17, which I think is a good price. Again, this holds a lot, so I think it's a pretty good price, $14.99 what I paid for it. I'm gonna take a little sip. So next, I got something Disney, and I normally don't. I'm not a big Disney fan. I'm not into Mickey or Minnie or anything like that. But this Disney Villains line they have some really cool stuff. And this is one that I got. So this is a set of the Poison Apple from Snow White. These are a set of 4 measuring dishes, cups. They're not really cups, but that's pretty much what they are. So these are hand painted. They are apples. Oh, I just thought the pattern was so cute. I just love it. And then here's the back. And you can see it says Disney Villains on there. These are hand painted, which you can totally tell. You can see the strokes. Each one is a little bit different. They're not manufactured. I love that. I love hand painted things and handmade things. These are not microwave safe or dishwasher safe. I think the microwave really doesn't matter unless you would use these for like a little dish and put sauces in or something that had to be heated up. You don't want to do that. The dishwasher is sort of a pain, but I don't think I'm going to be using these. I think I will just use these for display. So here's the next size. So I believe this is 1/4 of a cup. This is 1/3 of a cup, and then there's half, and then there's a full cup. So I just love these, and this set was $12.99, which I thought was not bad, especially for a Disney item. So it's about, $3 and change a piece, which I think is pretty decent, especially, let me show you the largest one. So the largest one is actually a really good size. This would be great for a candy dish, or like if you're having a party, this would be good for like peanuts or something like that. So I think these are worth the price. And then, so the day I bought them, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the day I bought them, they had another item at Home Goods. And I looked at it, and I looked at the price, and I was like, I don't think so. I don't really need it. And then I went home, and later on I was looking at my phone, and I got mailed 2 reward certificates for $10 each. So I had $20, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the other item. So let me show you what it is. So it is the Disney Villains Poison Apple Cookie Jar. Oh, I just fell in love with this. I adore this. I thought it was so cool. So again, it is hand painted. So let me just show you all the way around. I'm trying to be very careful because if I drop it, I don't even know what I'll do. So this is the face. It's so cute. Again, hand painted. I just love the green. It's perfect. It has sort of that oil slick look to it too. And the red is so vivid red. It's gorgeous. On the bottom, it does say, again, Disney villains. And as you can see, although it might be backwards for you, this was $29.99. I thought that was outrageous. I have to be honest. Like, if I didn't have the reward certificates, I wouldn't be showing you this right now, because $30 for this cookie jar. It's not super big. It's not even as big as my big head. So I think this is crazy. But with the reward certificates, I was okay with getting it. The top is really nice. It actually has the rubber stopper around it. So if you did want to use this for food like cookies or whatever, it will keep it a little fresh for you. I probably will not. I just have some random things laying on my counter that I'll just throw in here to get them off the counter. And I'm gonna keep this out all year long, along with the measuring cups. I have an apple theme and an apple theme going on in my dining room and kitchen. So these will fit in absolutely perfectly, and I'm gonna keep them out all year long. And I went into TJ Maxx today, and TJ Maxx has the planter. It's huge. Now, I'm not a plant person, so I don't need a planter. I'm sure you could use it for other things, for storage or whatever, but I just don't need it. And I can't even imagine how much that thing is. I would say it's at least 5 to 6 times bigger than the cookie jar. So I can't even imagine how much it costs, but it is cool. And if you do like planters, you might want to check it out at TJ Maxx. So then I have 2 items to show you left. And I am excited to say that I found some Joanna Parker at Home Goods for the very first time in my life. So the first one I found, they're both the same, but they're different patterns. So these are the mugs. And this one is Mr. Spider. Now, I don't know if he has a name. She names her characters, like the cat is Jack, but I don't know if the spider has a name. So here's the front. Look at his face. He's so cute. And he has a double handle. And then if you turn it around, you see the rest of his arms. And on the bottom, okay, this one is the one that's pulled off. So this one does have the Joanna Parker label. It says Design Joanna Parker. And I wanted to check that just to make sure, because a lot of companies now are doing designs that are very similar to hers because they're so popular. So sometimes you may pick something up and you think it's Joanna Parker, and it's not at all. I think there's a company that sells at Home Goods that it's might be Moon Designs or Moonlight something. And they have designs that are very similar, but when you look at the bottom, it's not Joanna Parker. So you do have to watch out for that. But this is definitely Joanna Parker. Here's the inside of the mug. I definitely will not use this as a mug. I'm gonna use this as a display. And I'm thinking about making a little hat for him, like maybe a witch hat or a little top hat. I have some paper, or I might construct it out of ribbon. I don't know. But since I'm not going to use it as a mug, I think I want to put something on his head to cover the hole. But I have time to figure that out. And then the last one is this guy. So this is the bat. And again, I don't know if he has a name. The bat looks actually very much like the cat Jack. but you could tell it's a bat because here's a wing. Love his little bow tie, and then his other wing makes the handle of the mug. This one is black, but it's basically the same shape inside. And then I'll show you the other side. And then again, it is Joanna Parker on the bottom, but it's just covered with the sticker right now. I'm gonna soak those and get those off. So these were $9.99 a piece, which is phenomenal. Again, Joanna Parker stuff is so incredibly expensive. And I'm all for giving artists their due and whatever, but if you see these online, like they have not these exact ones on Amazon, but they have some mugs. For a set of 2, it was like $55. That is outrageous. Outrageous, outrageous, outrageous. I'm sorry, Joanna Parker, it's crazy. And I will not pay that. So I was super excited to find these for $9.99 each. I think there might be one more. I'm not sure if there's a Jack the Cat one as well, or maybe a jack-o'-lantern. Maybe there's 2. I don't know. But I would love to find the others in this set and have like a set of 4. I know there's also a cookie jar that's being sold at Home Goods that is a ghost. So incredibly cute. It's pretty large and it's only $25. I doubt I'm gonna see it, but I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep watch and see if I can find it. But so that's the haul. I so hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed sharing it with you and presenting it to you. I love being able to show you stuff that I love in hopes that you will find some things that you love. So thank you again for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe and comment. It truly means a lot to me and helps support my channel and helps it grow, which it's doing slowly, but it is growing. And I would love it if you would follow me on Instagram as well. I don't post as much as I would like to. The days kind of get by me, but I would love to have you join me on Instagram, and I will follow you back if you let me know. And I would love if you would like to join my Facebook group. It's really small right now, but I am trying to build it up. It is a private group, so there's no scammers or spammers or idiots that can get in there. Just people who like crafting, coloring, diamond painting, arts and crafts, home decor, whatever. So if you would like to join my Facebook group, I would love that too. Both of them you can find with the handle Crafts by KMW. So again, thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you're having a great summer, a great week, a great weekend. And I also hope you're getting crafty. If you want, let me know in the comments what kinds of things you are crafting. I'm coloring like a mofo. I am crafting. I'm working on making my putting my curiosity cabinet, getting it set up. I have it put together. I just have to fill it now. And I'm working on some spooky journals. I bought some kits on Etsy and I'm putting those together and decorating them. So I'm just trying to spend as much as my time crafting as I can with the free time that I have this summer, because once September comes, it's all gonna change. So let me know what you're doing. I would love to hear your thoughts and see what's going on with you. I do answer every comment, so I'd love to see what's going on with you. Again, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.